Well, good morning, racing fans. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since I've done any of these videos. So what's happened in between? So we've had Aintree, haven't we? Good reason. It's a good thing I didn't do any tips for Aintree. There's a reason I don't. Too many favourites win. I mean, this year was ridiculous, wasn't it? I mean, I think there was the odd... There was no big prize winners, was there? And it was even hard to even find anything in the placings. It was absolutely... Even the National itself was won by the favourite. I mean, that's getting a bit boring, isn't it, over the last few years? But yeah, so I never do all that well at Aintree because I'm just not willing to put the money down to back the favourites to make it worthwhile. Yeah, it was a bit. There was a few sort of glimpses of interesting things. There were quite a few little seconds on the way, but yeah, if I'm completely honest, it was a losing week. I'm always trying to take on the favourites, and I felt like there was angles, but in the end, you know, the favourites just seemed to come through. But anyway, we're back to regulation UK horse racing again, where it's usually a little bit easier to whittle down the fields and find winners when obviously there's a disparity in talent, disparity in quality, and especially when the bookies just haven't caught up and the prices are still reasonable for the ones that sort of 8 and 10 to 1. So obviously today we've got Ayr up on the jumps. You got the Scottish Grand National tomorrow, so this is the first day of that meeting. Got Ayr up on the jumps up in Scotland. We've got Newbury on the flat down here on the turf. We've also, later on tonight, we've got Exeter and Bath, and there is one bet for each of those as well. So we'll start off with Ayr. Okay, so we're at Ayr. It's soft ground, so obviously same approach taken on the favourites. There are a few races where there's a reasonably strong favourite, even money shot, but I think there's chances against them. So in 13.20, I've got 4 places with William Hill on Hombre de Guerra. I've got 17 to 2 there. Now it's got recent course form, that horse, and it's been in the places. It's a solid bet for the places, in my opinion. I think it's been backed into about third favourite now, and it was very close to the exchange price this morning. So I thought, well, there's obviously some confidence in the horse. So I thought that one was worth taking a shot at. So I've got 4 places William Hill on Hombre de Guerra in the 13.20 at Ayr. In the 14.20, I've actually Dutch 3 against the favourite in that. I've gone for £2 on the nose on 10 lengths Tom, 1 eye on Vegas and Whistle Stop Tour. And favourite's likely to win, but let's say this is how the game works. I'm quite happy to take those 3 against the favourite to see what happens. For the case of £6, any of those wins, you're going to be getting like sort of 25 quid back. So it's quite a nice shout. And I think they're good horses, And let's say anything can happen in racing, especially anything can happen in jumps racing. So 10 lengths Tom, 1 eye on Vegas and Whistle Stop Tour in the 14.20 at Ayr. 14.50, gone for General Officer, £3 each way at 6 to 1. I've actually got that one boosted personally, but 6 to 1 is what's generally available. Brian Hughes is riding, it's been backed in this morning. There's good money coming for it. The other one in that race that was interesting was Prairie Wolf. You've got Outlaw Peter, and I've forgotten the name of the actual favourite. You've got Outlaw Peter that's been ridden by Cobden. Paul Nicholls, of course, won at Kempton recently. I was second at Kempton, one of the other recent form, a decent form. It's just that if it was a bigger price, I'd have possibly gone for that one. But I just thought, there's obviously some confidence in the horse in the fact that it's actually blew all over the odds checker this morning on General Officer. Brian Hughes is riding. It's often a good sign. He certainly knows what he's doing in the saddle. So I thought that was quite a nice bet. Got 3 places with William Hill on that one. £3 each way at 6 to 1. I'm interested to see what happens with that. I might get backed in through the morning if you're interested. Then finally, in 15.20, got 4 places with 365, and we're gone for This Form Is Mighty. Now this is a skeleton runner, quite new to the hurdles. So we're going to see how we get on with that one against the favourite. Again, they're quite strong favourites, but again, you can't, the form that the skeletons have been in recently, we've got to sort of take them seriously. And once again, that one's been back this morning, and I thought it was a decent bet at 17 to 2. Again, as I say, this method is generally about covering your arse first and foremost. I'm quite, if we can, it's not losing. So at the end of the day, it's a bit of entertainment, isn't it? So we entertain ourselves through the day, and we cover ourselves most of the way. That's fantastic. Get the winners when they come. Brilliant. And they will come. They do come. Okay, so that's Ayr. So that's jumps at Ayr. This afternoon we've also got Newbury on the flats. That's gone soft today. It's actually gone soft. So First bet I've got there is the 14-12. I've actually gone £3 on the nose on 3 different horses on the exchange. Now, I fancy all 3 of them, and I couldn't really split them, so I thought, yeah, let's just do that. And it's often a method that comes off quite well. So I've gone for Gisburn, Sean Levy riding that one, Nebworth, and Divine Libra. Obviously, Buick's on that one. I just think they're really, really solid. And at the moment, you can get some silly price on the exchange. I think it was like Gisborne was something like 16-1, Nebworth was about 10s, and Divine Luna was about 8, I think. So I thought that, £3 on the nose each, not each way, just on the nose. So that's £9 for the 3 of them. I thought that's take my chances on that one. I'm quite happy with that, letting that one run. So that's Newbury at 14-12. The only other bet I've got on Newbury is 15.45, Betfair 3 places, Robert Johnson. 2 places, £2 each way at 12-1 with Betfair. That one again, I'm struggling to understand why it's such a long price. Really, it's had a nice prep run. It did well at this last meeting. It runs well on soft ground, and it's like the 3rd bottom of the market. And I'm just thought, it's quite a good. I think that's a good bet, to be honest. I'd say there's not a lot of money on it, and there might be something in there that's a little bit above its level, but. Even if it places at that sort of money price, you're going to get a few quid in your bank and a few quid back. So I'm quite happy to take that one. Robert Johnson, £2 each way, 12-1 with Betfair 3 places. And that's it for the afternoon. Now we're on to the evening. I've only got 2 bets there, one at Exeter and one at Bath, or Bath, depending where you're from in the country. If you're from Bath, I suppose you'd say Bath, wouldn't you? Anyway, so Exeter, 18.30, William Hill 4 places, awesome foursome. £1.50 each way at 16-1. Didn't run up to its full potential at the last meeting, but it's been dropped £10 for this. And I actually remember backing it. It came into the previous race doing quite well, and it just underperformed really. So it's it does have ability. So I'm hoping that today it can actually run a little bit more to form, and obviously the weight reduction is going to definitely help that horse. So awesome foursome at 16-1 I thought was a nice bet. Again, only £1.50 each way. A little bit of fun, like I say. We're not trying to get rich overnight. And then finally, we've got the final race of my tips of today, 18.45 at Bath. I've gone 3 places with 365 on Virtual Hug. Now, we won with Virtual Hug a few weeks ago on the all-weather at Wolves. It's been racing really, really well. But it's one of its first forays onto turf. Now, it is sort of saying at Bath that it is going to be good ground. So, I think it's got a chance. And at 12-1, £2 each way I've gone. I just think it's worth a shout. There was nothing really that screamed out at me at the beginning, at the top of the market. So that's often my sort of tactic, really. If there's nothing that's screaming out at the front, I just think, well, that's where it's sort of telling you that there's, it's worth taking a chance on something at double figures. So yeah, that's it for today. So that's all I've got, I'm afraid. But it's a bit of entertainment for the afternoon. So as I always say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You could lose today, but win tomorrow and win over the year. And it's slow. Pick up bits as we go along. And we're coming into flat season now, and tend to do a little bit better on the old flat stuff. So have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you later.